I'm Hideo. He's an expert on Russian politics. So Hideo, first, why did Russia allow this deal to expire?
As you mentioned, Moscow does not think it's fair. It says Ukrainian farms have been able to export freely, but Russian grain shipments have been blocked. Russia also wants its agricultural bank to be allowed back into the SWIFT, international payment system. By blocking exports from Ukraine, the breadbasket of Europe, Moscow is hoping to convince the US and its allies to back down on some of their sanctions.
Right. So how does the current situation on the front line factor in here?
That's another reason why Putin stopped the agreement. It's not going as well as he hopes. Ukraine's counteroffensive is going slowly, but they do appear to be gaining some grounds. There are also signs fighting could drag on much longer. During the last week's NATO summit in Lithuania, Kyiv was promised more weapons. Even before that, the US said it will provide cluster bombs. President Volodymyr Zelensky was hoping to become a member of the alliance, but that didn't happen. But what he did get was more surprised to hold back Russian forces if they plan their own counterattack.
Well, we also know talks are planned between Putin and Erdogan next month. So how does Turkey fit into all this?
As another country on the Black Sea, Turkey has a key to getting Ukrainians' grain to the global market. Despite being a NATO member, Turkey has also served as an intermediary between Russia and the West. But that could be changing. Last week, Turkey has angered Russia by clearing the way for Sweden to enter the alliance. The Kremlin also condemned Ankara for choosing the release members of the Ukrainian Azov battalion. They have landed in Turkey following the siege of Mariupol. Russia has urged the Turkish government keep them there, but they were allowed to go home. Erdogan was key to getting the first grain deal off the ground. He may now have a hard time getting it back.
So Hideo, tell us, what happens next?
Putin and Erdogan will have a chance to hammer out a new deal. But in the meantime, Ukrainian grain will be stuck at the ports, just as the country's harvest season. As you mentioned, the developing countries could be badly impacted, especially those in Africa. Many of those countries are already suffering food instability. Blockading these exports may sour Russia's reputation in the global south, which could make Moscow think twice about keeping it going long term. Zelensky also says shipments could continue, even without Russia's guaranteeing the safety of civilian ships. But that remains to be seen.